Hey, how's it going everyone? Welcome to the handheld review. Hopefully it's not too jerky, but this box is way too big. He is huge. Yeah, drop that comment that she said below. But yeah, man, this thing is huge. I've seen him in shop before, but when I came home, saw him on the couch, it was ridiculous. But yeah, this is the December premium bundle release for Japan. Porunga Dende. Luminous Dragonballz set, come forth, Jinren Shinron. So yeah, overseas he is a retail release, a bit like how the Great Ape was in the USA as well when he was premium bundle in Japan. But yeah, this is a behemoth. I will put this on the tripod shortly, but I wanted to quickly show the box before I do so. And on the back we've got the usual nice selection of images showing Shinron behind Dende with the balls. Now these balls do have a NFC chip in them, which we'll have a little bit play around soon. It is really fun. If you do follow me on Instagram, you will have seen the reel last night. If you don't follow me, please do. Go check out you always see our photos and random behind the scenes photos and all sorts there, so worth checking out if you're into the figures. Anyway, let's I'll pop them out of a box and I'll chuck the camera on a tripod. Actually, before I fully take them out of packaging, I want to show you the inner clamshell. So we have Porunga himself, we've got a left and a right hand, and then we've got the classic OK symbol there, which is great. Dende is chilling with the 7 Dragonballz, and we have one additional face. We've got the fist hands, where he's got the hand spread on him already. Underneath that we have the Namek base with a speaker and button and location for the balls. And then we have his summoning stand, which is really cool. So he is heavy. Just the base alone is about 950 grams. Shinron is about 1,300 grams. So he's looking over maybe 2.5 kg in total. So he is weighty. So that is something to keep in mind if you are putting him on a shelf with a lot of other figures. Okay, so I've got all the parts out of the box. We've got his fins, we've got the stand, Porunga off to the side, the hands and everything here. But let's start from the bottom and go up. Now the base itself, as I mentioned, is about 900 grams. It's decently weighty, and everything is kind of joined in permanently. As we can see on the top here, there is a peg slot for Porunga there, and then his tail will rest on the spot here. This is sharp, do be careful. You could easily bludgeon someone with that. Now over to Porunga himself. See, even as you can see, he is big. I've got the camera back quite far. Let me just adjust this some more. Okay, so that's a little bit better. On the bottom here we can see the main chunky peak for the base and the flat part of the tail. Now if I swing him around, we can see there is some slots here for his fins, so we'll attach those in a moment. But first I did want to go over the articulation while I have him in my hands. He has a little bit of motion back and forward, not too much, and it doesn't really adjust his height by a great deal. Now when I measured him last night, he was sitting at 42 centimeters on top of the stand, and unfortunately that does mean he can't fit in a DTOF. A DTOF, apparently the biggest shelf is 40 centimeters. His inner chest here will move, so give him a little bit extra range. So that is really nice. No real left or right. Now I never expected great articulation from him. I mean, he just kind of stands there anyway in the show. The arms are really nice, so these are on the usual butterfly joints that come forward. And we've got that ratchet type joint in there, similar to the Great Ape. So while he is quite heavy, he holds that position really well. Now these will swivel all the way up and around like usual. So everything there does move nice, feels really solid. The paint on this is really nice as well. It does have that matte finish. It feels really nice, and it does kind of live up to the premium for the beigey colour. The green is just for base plastic. I guess if they did paint it, it would increase the price maybe a bit too much. Though it would have been quite nice to maybe have a similar type of a paint job to it. But overall, it looks really nice regardless. He has some nice chunky pegs on his hands. We'll switch those off once it's on the base. A little bit fiddly just to do right now. For the head though, if can we even see that? Oh, yeah. Let me just tip him upside down. I really do apologise for the weird angles in this video. I'm extremely limited on space, but I am moving in a month's time. I'll have a whole brand new setup, so hopefully have more space for these giant figures going forward. But as we can see here, the neck does swivel left and or up and down easily, and he can swivel left and right. That's a little bit of movement. Oh man, my arm's getting sore. Whew. Who needs to go to the gym when you can just hold on to Porunga? Just maybe rest it down a little bit. There we go. This is an awkward review, I do apologise. Anyway, his mouth does open. It looks really nice. The finish on the eyes are matte. It looks really, really cool. I'm almost wondering if this is going to be my favourite figure for the year. But we do have the pivot on here, this head. So, while his articulation is pretty limited for the most part, his neck, shoulders are really nice. Anyway, let's pop it. Maybe we can put the fins on, then we'll put it on the stand. So this one is meant to slot down into the side here. Okay, so for the top fin, it actually slots over this one, so you do have to put that one on first, and that slots down, and then that will just slot in over top, so it keeps it on nice and strong. Since I need to box them up shortly, I won't put it on properly though, but that will connect in correctly. I'm just going to leave it somewhat off, just so I can easily box them up shortly. Anyway, let's put them in the stand. We need to line them up so we can slot in. There we go. Okay. Whew, that makes it a little bit easier. Okay, so he's in there now. Let me just take this off the tripod. Okay, so here goes Porunga in all his glory on the stand. And yeah, he looks really, really nice there. I'll just swing him around as well. So it blends in lovely with that stand. But keep in mind, while on this he is around about 2.5 kgs. So now that he is on a stand, let's pop these hands off and we can put on that classic okay hand here. So we can see it's got some nice big chunky pegs in there. And I think we can just pop that on. There we go. Again, not in the camera, one moment. There we go, slide the camera up. So that looks really good. So even with the, let's move the neck up and around a little bit, swivel, there we go. The arms are really good actually. The best articulation is obviously in the arms. The rest a little bit to be desired for. But anyway, let's switch over the other hand as well. There we go, so that's cool. Okay, now that we have Porunga set up, let's get a close look at our little wee Dende, the Dragonballz and the bass, and then we can check out those sound effects as well. So starting with the bass here, we have a lovely blue Namek colour on top, and there is a button here to cycle through the different sound effects. On the bottom we have the section for the batteries. It takes 3 AAA. Does not come with them, so do pick them up for this figure so you are ready to have fun. We have a switch here, we flip this on. There we go, we hear Dende yelling at Yatta! Which is basically like, yay! Woohoo! So that means it is good to go. So let's put this down here now, and then we can have a look at the Dragonballz and Dende himself. So the 7 Dragonballz that it comes with, you'll notice that there is a line through them. That is because inside it has a NFC chip which will interact with the base. So if you have the stars facing up and you place on, this will start shining because we're gathering those Dragonballz. So if we cycle through all the balls and place them on, then they should start shining. And then some magic happens when we also put Dende on, which we'll do shortly. There we go, we've got all 7 Dragonballz gathered. It might be a little bit hard to see on camera, but they are pulsating, they do shine a little bit. But before we get a closer look at what happens when we place Dende, let's have a look at the wee man himself first. Okay, so Dende is basically a mini articulated statue. His torso area is fixed, same with his legs, and he also has an NS seed chip in him, but his arms do move up and down. His hands are on little wee pegs which will pop off. Oh, everyone came off already. So you can switch them over with the closed fist hand as well. Now, these are very similar to that of Chelsea, if you have him from the last 10 release. Now his head will swivel left and right a little bit, and a little bit of up and down, very subtle, but he's a small figure, so it's basically to be expected. Now you can pop the head off as well. Let's do that now. And then we can place on the open mouth kind of happy look, which is great. So let's check that out there. Now, time for the magic. Let's place Dende on the stand and let's see what happens. So angle it around a little bit. How should we do it? Here we go. There goes Dende saying those magic words to summon Shinron. Sorry, not Shinron. Porunga. And as we can tell now, we've got those womp womp summoning sound from the balls, and they are pulsating as well. So this is so cool. Let me turn off the light, maybe it's easier to see. As we could see, it was pulsating a little bit. Now, if we press the button, which is a rock on the side here, he will go through some lines like making a wish, and he'll wait for you, then press again, Porunga will respond. Also, if you wait long enough, it might do an extra sound as well, like we just had then. So that's Porunga's line for saying, what is your wish? Let me know. I kind of wish we had a angry face for Bulma here. Porunga's saying, please wait a bit. Dende's excited that it's been done. So, Tamashii, if you're listening, please do give us an angry face for Bulma at some point. The next wish, what do we want to wish for? Maybe if we could go back in time, we would be able to have the head switchable for Krillin here. Again, we have to wait a little bit. Maybe what could be a third wish? So since the second wish has been done, time for the third wish. I wish we get an original Dragon Ball release announcement in 2023, and if everyone else agrees, please go tell Tamashii, ask for those original Dragon Ball ones. Yamcha, Bandit Yamcha, Pilaf Game, Pilaf Robo, Yajirobe, Tournament Announcer, Tambourine Man, Symbol, all those awesome Dragon Ball characters. Please go tell them that we want more original Dragon Ball. But yeah, I could probably spend another half hour cycling through all these, sound points. There's a lot on there. If you get this figure, you'll definitely have a lot of fun. There you go, that's all of our Dragon Balls, pew 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 pew, flying away. But yeah, okay, so enough of the playing around. Really fun figure. I guess we can jump into some size comparisons since we do have Team Namek here. So let me move the stand out of the way and put Dende down there with them. Okay, so as I was saying, bit of a size comparison here. We have a Battle Clothes Gohan, Krillin, and our Namek Adventure Bulma, and our cute little Dende. And I feel like the scaling works really well, matches up pretty well with these characters, and it's really good. So you let me know in the comments below what you think about these figures together. And overall, I'm actually okay with Dende being basically a statue. Unlike Gordo, who I'm still disappointed with, but Dende here I feel like it still works really well due to his overall design. So yeah, I feel like the next one we really need is probably going to be Nail to go with Dende there to really complete that pairing. Now, I guess we can jump into the pros and cons of this figure. The pros being those light, sound, NFC gimmicks is really fun. It does give some cool playability to it. Now, I picked up the Dragonballz radar proper kit ages ago, very similar. Static item, press a couple of buttons, sound, lights, it's really fun. Now this is very similar, though in a more of a figure form. Now there's going to be one of the cons for this is the articulation. A lot of people do buy the Figuarts for extreme articulation, but I feel like in this situation, the lack of articulation is not an issue for what the characters do, both Dende and Porunga. Off to the side here, I mean he is the main figure in this one, but he's a bit too big to fit in the camera shot at the moment, so he's just off to the side. But the articulation of arms of Porunga is fantastic, the neck is really nice, it's only really that kind of chest area. If we could have had a bit of a left and right swivel, it would have been nice, but maybe that was limited just due to making sure it's not too fragile. The base that we have, let's slide this over, is really nice, and the Dragonballz look really good. They've got a lovely orange colour to them. I know there are a few people complaining about those lines from them, but I mean if you're not happy with that, just switch them out with any of the other Dragonballz for display purposes, and then just break these bad boys out when you want the sounds. The other con, I guess, is the price. He isn't a cheap figure. I mean, I guess it makes sense due to all that we do have, and he is huge. Now, if you think the Great Ape was big, Porunga, oh man, another level. That box is huge. So yeah, I really do understand why he is the price he is. He's bigger than any of the monster arts I have, and some of those get really big. So yeah, that brings us basically to the end of the video. It's pretty short and sweet, not too much to go over in terms of parts and accessories and articulation. So I'll throw up a whole bunch of photos on Instagram over the next couple of days, hopefully. If not, definitely in the new year. So yeah, if you like the video, please do like, subscribe and all that, and drop a comment below. And if there are any other comparisons that you want to see, please do let me know as well. Cheers! And until next time, cheers!